Good day everyone, my name is James and today we are making a very special recipe, one of my favorites, the paella. So make sure to go to fitv.co.fk for the full recipe. Right, so before we start, make sure your pan is big enough for the stove. So if you're using a big pan, obviously you need a bigger size stove. So for this one, this is just perfect. And now we're ready to saute our first few ingredients. Let's add a bit of oil. So this is your extra virgin olive oil. So when you brown your chicken, make sure you brown it first on the skin side. So there's your skin side, and off you go. Ooh, listen to that. So using the same pan where you fried your chicken, we're now sauteing our first three ingredients. Your onions, your bell peppers, and your garlic. Let's add that. It's time for us to put the tomatoes. So these are freshly chopped tomatoes. You can also use the chopped tomatoes in the can, but of course, I was lucky enough to buy some fresh ones yesterday, so these are the best. Just add it to your mixture. And then let's add a bit of sea salt. Season it. Don't forget to season, but not too much, because it's going to be a blast of different flavors once it's done. Then you add your pepper and your paprika. So these are thinly sliced chorizos. You can go heavy on them, I don't mind, but I prefer it with just the right amount because sometimes it's too overpowering. Okay, so all of the flavors in this pan, combining with chorizo, it's gonna be heavenly. So when your tomatoes are ready, wilted, together with your chorizo, you add your rice to your saute. I'm using jasmine rice. Some paellas require arborio rice, the short grain ones, but I prefer to use the medium grain ones. Why? Because I don't want it to be too sticky. And now it's time for our favorite ingredient, your wine. We're using a Sauvignon Blanc from Chile. So let's put that's about a cup. And then you add your saffron. And you will notice a huge difference to your dish. It will smell so good together with the wine. Once you've added your saffron, we can now add your stock. Right, so you bring it to a boil and then you turn down the heat to a medium to a low heat. Let's try a low heat setting so that we don't burn your rice. So when your paella mixture on the pan goes to a full boil, turn down the heat, and then you add your partially cooked chicken pieces on top. So we'll cover the pot and make sure that steam doesn't go out of your your pan, and then we'll make sure everything is cooked through. We'll give it a bit of a mix just to make sure your rice doesn't burn underneath. Right, so I think our rice is halfway there. So this is the right time to check your rice. So for this recipe, we're using shrimps whole with their heads on, just for a bit of presentation. And then we put back the cover and let it steam for about 5 minutes. So I think the rice is cooked. Let's have a look. That looks fine. There's a bit of liquid in there. Don't worry about it, because as soon as you open your pot, water's gonna evaporate straight away. And you can see our shrimp is now on a C shape, and that tells us that your shrimp is cooked and ready to eat. And the rice is just right. So when your rice is cooked, your shrimp is cooked, time for us to put our green. So this will give us a bit of a color. So there you have it. We have our finished product right here. This is your paella. And now we can add our toppings. I would usually put some hard-boiled eggs in it. Let's add some more. And earlier, I pre-sliced some lemons. Paella is so good with a squeeze of lemon in it. You're going to love it. And before you eat it, you drizzle it with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Cheers. Time to party. Happy Fiesta. This is my paella.